Good, happy Sunday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Sunday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on RK News Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Sunday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, New Hampshire hospitals begin dropping mask mandates as COVID-19 numbers decrease. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
So, you're putting a fence up in your yard.
Roger.
It can be dangerous and expensive to damage a utility that may be buried just below the surface of your lawn. Whether you hire a pro or do the digging yourself, you need to call DigSafe at 811. DigSafe will notify participating utility companies to mark out their underground lines so you can dig safely. For more information, go to digsafe.com or call 811. DigSafe. It's smart, it's free, and it's the law.
Grace, Dartmouth-Hitchcock just announced that starting tomorrow, most people here will no longer have to wear a mask. If you do have COVID symptoms, you'll still have to mask up. But other than that, patients, employees will no longer have to wear a mask at their facilities. And Dartmouth-Hitchcock joins several other hospitals here at home and across the country that have started to drop their mask mandates. Last week, Concord Hospital and Portsmouth Regional also both ended their respective mandates. And even though data has been unreliable because most people are testing at home now, updated state numbers show that COVID continues to decline here in New Hampshire. Last week, active cases fell below 500 for the first time since July 2021. And data shows that the number of COVID patients in the hospital also remains under control.
While we still have COVID circulating in small numbers across communities, we're actually at the lowest level of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths that we've seen in 3 years. And this is really good news because it does tell us that we have truly entered a new phase that is likely more of an endemic phase rather than the acute pandemic that we've been experiencing.
And even though we're in a much better place now, Brownstein also said it's important for people to be aware that it's always possible new variants could emerge. We're live in Manchester. Ariel Metropolis, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Police seeking public's help locating a missing 17-year-old from Nashua. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Make the most of every property with a great deal on the Kubota commercial landscape lineup. Right now, bring home the Kubota Z700 mower for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months.
MB Tractor and Equipment, where best meets second to none. MB.
Nashua police are searching for this young man, teenager, who's been missing since Thursday night. They say 17-year-old Leland Dominguez was last seen leaving Sunshine Court. He was wearing dark clothing and a medical mask at the time. Anyone with information is asked to contact Nashua police.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Skiers, snowboarders, enjoy a bonus weekend on New Hampshire slopes. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Make the most of every property with a great deal on the Kubota commercial landscape lineup. Right now, bring home the Kubota Z700 mower for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months.
MB Tractor and Equipment, where best meets second to none. MB.
Spring skiers were happy to get an extra day out on the slopes after a pretty unpredictable winter.
Almost 60 degrees today. It's a great turnout for us.
Hundreds hitting the slopes on Mount Sunapee on Sunday after the ski area extended its season one last weekend. Some say they're making up for lost time.
I haven't gotten here as much as I wanted to this year, and the last 3 days have been pretty good, and this is the best one so far.
The ski area opened for the season just before Thanksgiving.
So I got chocolate or cinnamon sugar.
General Manager Peter Dish says it's been one of their longest seasons yet.
Weather was a little topsy-turvy at the beginning, and March just turned out to be an awesome month for us. We got tons of natural snow. We had our first nor'easter of the year, and thanks to the hardworking members of our team, we were able to extend for this bonus weekend today.
Lisa Nevins and her family have been coming here for nearly 30 years.
It's very much a family tradition for us.
Is it?
We, all our kids grew up skiing here, racing here. We've been ski coaches here, and so we always end the season here at Mount Sunapee doing this. It's a lot of fun.
The mountain hasn't been open up to Easter in the past couple of years. We just haven't had the snow, so this is great. Whole family, a couple different generations, of little skiers.
And today was the last day of the extended season, but season passes for next year are already on sale. In Newbury, Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Alexandria man facing animal cruelty charges after 32 goats, 8 sheep removed from property. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Perry Who can cut your cost of eggs in half. Heating oil, taxes, deflate a bloated government. Perry Who? Perry Johnson helped save the American automobile industry. Now he's the outsider running for president to save our country.
If Washington cuts the budget just 2% a year, problem solved. I'm Perry Johnson, and I approve this message.
An Alexandria man is facing animal cruelty charges after 32 goats and 8 sheep were removed from his property. The animals were taken following a joint investigation by the State Department of Agriculture and New Hampshire SPCA. Details are limited right now, but the SPCA called it one of the more difficult rescues we have faced. Officials claim they had to act quickly and remove the animals for immediate medical care, food, and evaluation.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Boston Bruins could make history by setting NHL record for wins in a single season. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
It's taken my family generations to perfect the perfect curry. Patax makes perfect.
The Boston Bruins are looking to make history tonight. They're taking on the Philadelphia Flyers with a victory. The Bees will have 63 wins in the season. That would set the NHL record for wins in a single season. The game just got underway. Jonathan Marshall will have an update on the score later in sports. The Bruins also have 129 team points. That's tied for third most ever. A win tonight would put them at 131, tying them for second of all time. The record is the 1976-1977 Montreal Canadiens with 132.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Voters react to Tennessee House's expulsion of Democrat lawmakers. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
This is neutral. Vodka, seltzer, real juice. Everything is here.
Some voters in Tennessee react with outrage to the Republican-led expulsion of 2 black lawmakers from the state House of Representatives. ABC's Faith Abube is live in Nashville this morning as the push to get them back in office starts tomorrow for at least one of them. Faith, good morning.
Good morning to you, Janae. Justin Pearson and Justin Jones may no longer be state lawmakers here in Tennessee, but Jones tells me that he's still representing his constituents in exile.
We the people hired Justin J. Pearson, and we didn't fire him.
Growing community outrage over the expulsion of two Democrats, former state representatives Justin Pearson and Justin Jones from the Tennessee state legislature.
We are going without representation. Truly, taxation without representation.
Tens of thousands of voters now without an elected representative in the Tennessee State House.
Expelled from the House of Representatives.
The two lawmakers expelled after ignoring warnings from the State House Republican leadership about protesting in the chamber in the wake of the Covenant School shooting in Nashville.
We have decorum, we have process, we have procedures. Imagine if that happened on the congressional floor during his State of the Union address and people took over in front of him, pulled out a bullhorn.
Representative Gloria Johnson, who joined Pearson and Jones, survived her expulsion by one vote.
This is only empowered and giving deeper conviction for the need to act.
CJ Ochoco moved to the district 2 years ago from Guam and cast her first ballot as a registered voter for Jones.
I'm angry.
The community campaign to reinstate Jones and Pearson gaining momentum.
We're getting hundreds of emails and lots of phone calls, and people want to send them right back up.
The Nashville Metro Council will consider suspending its rules on Monday in order to expedite the process to send Jones back to the House.
I'd like for him to be reinstated. No one can take his place.
And Pearson's County is also considering taking a similar action to get him back into his seat. But regardless of whether the special appointment works in either case, both men do have a chance to run again in special elections in their districts. The governor here will have to announce those dates. Janae?
All right, Faith, thank you for that update. Now let's bring in ABC's Jonathan Karl, who will be hosting This Week later on. John, great to have you. That story, I mean, these two lawmakers, they have a big name for themselves on a national stage. What are the implications from this?
I mean, first of all, they've now become two of the most prominent spokespeople for the issue of gun violence in the nation. These guys, and by the way, is there any doubt that they're going to be back in the Tennessee House of Representatives, either appointed or elected, or both reelected? So, look, whatever Republicans were trying to do by expelling them absolutely backfired.
Yeah, all right, we will see what happens with that. Now, in the meantime, we are less than a week since Donald Trump's arraignment. He's using this moment to fuel his campaign. But where do voters stand? And is there any real fallout for the former president?
Well, you know, the conventional wisdom, certainly among Republicans and also a lot of Democrats as well, is that effectively what the prosecutor did here, what Bragg did, was ensure that Donald Trump will win the Republican nomination. And there's even like some Republicans around Trump acting like they're celebrating this indictment. I don't see that in Trump, by the way, but certainly in some around him. But our new poll out this morning shows a significant downgrading of Trump's approval rating, favorability rating in the country. And take a look at this. Half the country now saying that he should have been charged with a crime. What's most interesting in these numbers, though, is what's behind them. And that is how independents, that's the biggest shift. Basically, Democrats and Republicans, their views haven't changed.
Yeah.
But independents significantly moved in the direction of saying Donald Trump, they believe, committed a crime and should have been indicted.
And so we are going to see how that plays out as this campaign gets ramped up. All right, John, thank you so much. And tune in later this morning. John has an exclusive interview with former Attorney General Bill Barr, just days, as we mentioned, after Donald Trump's historic arrest. Plus, John speaks with Tennessee lawmaker Justin Pearson after he was expelled from office for protesting gun violence on the state house floor. A lot to look forward to this morning, Whit.
Well, hey there, GMA fan.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And let's go into your weather. Weather right now is sunny, 15 degrees. Feels like 46 degrees out there with the weather forecast. Let's go to meteorologist Matt Honing.
Math can be challenging. That's why at Mathnasium, we work face-to-face with our students and customize their curriculum to help them where they need it most. Whether your child comes into one of our learning centers or gets their live face-to-face instruction online, we make sure they get all the support they need because there's nothing better than that aha moment when it clicks. Start your child's journey to loving math with Mathnasium.
Good morning and happy Easter to all who celebrate. It's shaping up to be a spectacular finish to the weekend here in the Granite State with a lot of sunshine returning and temperatures that start to warm up over the next several days. A big bubble of high pressure is building over the northeast right now. That is keeping a disturbance over the mid-Atlantic well to our south. You see that strip of rain sitting southeast of Washington, D.C., Maryland, Delaware. Yeah, that is not going to bother us. Instead, we will see a lot more sunshine today and a warm stretch of weather in the next several days. Very seasonable out there for your Easter Sunday. Average high temperature this time of year sits right around 54 degrees, and we'll be either side of that depending on where you live through the afternoon. Chilly start this morning, but we're near 50 in a lot of areas up north. Mid-50s Concord over through the Monadnock region, a few even upper 50s possible in the lower Merrimack Valley. Along the coastline, there will be an afternoon sea breeze that holds our temperatures right around 50 degrees. Another clear and calm night tonight will allow temperatures to drop back into the 20s for most, right around 30 in many of southern New Hampshire's city centers. There is some warmer air to our south. Memphis this morning, close to 60. It is over 60 degrees in New Orleans, and a piece of that air mass is moving straight in our direction in time for the work week. High temperatures tomorrow, a solid 10 degrees warmer than today. Near 60 across the North Country, 62 in Plymouth, middle 60s, Concord down through Manchester and Nashua. Much like today, a very feeble sea breeze will keep coastal communities between Portsmouth and Seabrook close to 60 and more like the upper 50s during the afternoon. But another spectacular day featuring a lot of sunshine. I think we'll be seeing a lot of green up in the next couple of days. Buds on the trees are going to swell. The flowers are going to pop. It's going to really look and feel the part of spring here in the next several days. Upper 60s to even close to 70 in a few spots on Tuesday. Just a touch cooler Wednesday in the wake of a weak front that moves through overnight. And then the warmth is really on in time for late week. With a warm and fairly dry stretch of weather, however, the pollen count is going to be elevated. We're in the medium category for each of the next 4 days. Maple, elm, juniper pollen, all very prominent as we start to get a little bit deeper into the month of April. Time now for your 7-day forecast. Bright skies today and tomorrow with a warming trend to start the work week. A few more clouds move in here on Tuesday. It will be a bit breezy, but very mild. And yes, even the coastline on Tuesday will get in on some of those upper 60s to near 70 degree readings. Late in the day, and especially Tuesday night, there is the chance for a few passing showers, not looking like a major weather system whatsoever. Clouds to sunshine on Wednesday, bright and very warm for late week with highs in the 70s Thursday and Friday. And the way things look right now, even though it won't be quite as warm next weekend, it still looks very pleasant with sunshine and temperatures running in the 60s.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Matt Honing. Thank you for that, Matt. And now let's go into your sports. The Celtics, they had a game earlier today, and the final score of the Boston Celtics game was Boston Celtics 120 and Atlanta Hawks 114. Boston Celtics won the game today. Congratulations, Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics are 57-25, and Atlanta Hawks are 41-41. Also, the Boston Red Sox, they had a game earlier today in the final score of the Boston Red Sox game. Boston Red Sox 4 and Detroit Tigers 1. The Boston Red Sox won the game today. Congratulations, Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox are 5-4 and Detroit Tigers are 2-7. And, also currently happening right now, Boston Bruins, they are in the middle of a game. Period 2 of the game right now. Boston Bruins are winning right now. Boston Bruins 2 and Philadelphia Flyers 1. And they're playing at the Philadelphia Flyers Stadium in Philadelphia. Let's go Boston Bruins. Hopefully they can win tonight's game. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on RK News Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great night. Good night. Goodbye.